I would say around 60 to 70% of our time on the golf course is spent using the irons, right? I mean, would you all agree with that? But yet, we always practice our driving because we want to hit it far, and we always practice our putting, which leaves us, most of the time, not very good iron players. So in this video today, I'm going to show you 3 tips that allow you to improve your iron gameplay in a very short space of time, okay? 3 tips, 3 key moves, improve your irons in 3 steps. That simple. So tip number 1, very, very simple tip. It feels like I use this tip for everything, but it is that important. Again, we go back to the base, is ball positioning. Now with the iron play, there are many different ways to play the shot, but the most standard shot, the one we all need to know, is just hit the golf ball, hit it straight. So what we're going to do is ball position with a 7-iron, by the way, this is a 7-iron, should always be center of the stance. Reason being, you don't want it too far forward like a driver, so that when you hit the iron, you hit up on it and you fin it. Likewise, you don't want it too far back that you put it back in your stance, you hit too down on it and you fat it. So tip number 1 to improve your iron play is to find a central spot, kind of line it up with your belly button, and then just make your swing and move from there. So tip number 1, ball center of the stance. It's as simple as that. So tip number 2 in how to strike your irons better is weight. Now, very similar again to setup. When you tee the driver up, you have it ball forward, you probably have 70 to 30% weight. So 70% on your back, maybe 60%, maybe you go 55, but there's usually more weight on your right-hand side, if you're right-handed. And then that allows you to turn and hit the ball up in the air. We don't need to do that with the irons because the shaft angle, the way we hit the golf ball should normally dictate how the ball gets up in the air. I mean, we have a lot more loft on these clubs. So when you picture yourself standing over the golf ball, you've now got the ball, center of the stance, you want to close your eyes. This is a great way to do it. Close your eyes and feel where your weight is. At first, you'll probably be a little bit wobbly. You'll be like, oh, I'm a little bit all over the place. But you'll slowly start to feel where your weight should be. And for me personally, I like to be 50-50. I like to be as neutral as possible to allow me to just keep everything the same through and through in my golf swings. So again, we're going to put the ball in the middle of the golf swing, in the middle of the stance. We're then going to close our eyes. Now for me, I'm actually leaning over a little bit too much. My weight is on my toes, so I'm going to move a little bit more forward and now close my eyes. And now I feel neutral, centered. So now my weight feels very even across my body. And then we're just going to go ahead and hit the ball. And look at that, spot on. It's just that simple. The reason we focus on weight percentage and where we've got our weight is it's very easy that if we have too much weight here, when we start to turn back, we actually start falling away from the golf ball, which is not what we want. Very similar to if we have too much weight on our front foot, 9 times out of 10, we will start to fall away from the golf ball when we hit the golf ball. So instead of being neutral and being able to swing, we'll either be too far back and then have to use our wrist, which will cause a fin, or we'll be too far forward and have to hold off, which will cause a fat and a steep angle of attack. So tip number 2, weight distribution. I like to go 50-50, maybe go 55-45, it's down to you, but find a weight ratio that works for you. So we've now got the ball position sorted, we've got the weight sorted. My next tip is what most people do more than anything, and it winds me up because it's such an irritating and problem causing a move or ability, is what they do is everyone is scared about hitting the ball across the ground. Hurts your hands, hurts your fingers. It just feels horrible, makes you look silly. So everyone wants to get the ball up in the air. So their go-to for this is to get to the swing and flick their wrists. Flick their wrists like this to try and get some loft on the club and get the ball moving towards the sky. This causes so many problems and causes so many inconsistencies. It is the worst thing you can do almost in a golf swing. It's almost worse than just not looking at the golf ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to let the club actually do the work for us. On the way down, the club should feel slightly behind. The angle of attack, your hand should always be leading the golf club, okay? So what we don't want to get to here and flick. We want to get to here and feel like the butt of the club is moving faster than the head of the golf club. So how do we do that? We've now got the ball in the middle of our stance. We've closed our eyes, we feel our weights in a good position. We turn to the top. We pull the butt of the club down, keeping our hands in front of it, and we move forward. We do not flick our wrists here. So strong, firm wrists. And let's see what it looks like. And you heard that strike, right? That strike was incredible. Let's see it from down the line. So from down the line, let me show you the action I really dislike. We get to the top, the hands start to get the club head ahead of everything else to try and lift it up and get it up in the air. We don't want that here. So we want the butt moving faster and actually leading the golf head. So here we go. And again, probably some of the best work I've done on a range in God knows how long. Brilliant. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. Top 3 tips to improve your iron play. Something we all need to do, but something we really don't practice enough of. So hopefully this helps. If it does help, let me know in the comment section below. I want to know what you found out, what you enjoyed, what you disliked. And if there is another area you would like some help on, again, let me know in the comment section. I'm more than happy to try and cover it in a video if I think I've got the correct skills to do so. So if you have enjoyed that video, please smash the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn that notification bell on, follow me across all my socials. And as always, we upload brand new videos every single day, 7 PM GMT. So make sure you tune in for the next one. And as always, last things before we go, make sure you stay chopping, choppers.